Good morning, everyone. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful start to the day. Come join us on the seat. Let's get into some training. We know the routine. Take yourself a seat. Loosen up. Oh, it is good. Today is Friday, the day after the previous one I set. Lucky last day for Amy's work. She sent off, she only has a half day, so she'll be done by like 1:30. She's got the car, so I don't have to pick her up, so we had our last little pick up and drop off yesterday. She's a bit sad about it. She's been loving that I've been coming down with like little different treats and, you know, like chauffeur driven around, cross over legs. So she's a bit sad that would happen, but I said, you know, doesn't mean I can't chauffeur drive you around other places, give me right. Yeah, so super excited for her. We've got a dinner on tonight just for me and her, just you know, contemplate what we're about to get ourselves into. Oh, fun times ahead. And I can't quite remember if I mentioned one of my good friends, Chris, who like 5-6 years ago met him and could tell straight away he's a top bloke, and we've got a good friendship there. They had their little baby boy Marlo 2-3 weeks ago maybe now, so just reaching out to him there. He just shot us over a text message just before I started this there, and he's telling me he's back at work already, and I'm just like, wowza, this bloke is just right deep into it. Impressive, because I ain't starting back anytime soon like that. I'll be taking a bit of a break off personally. That is quite a fair bit. But yeah, tough, cool. Everyone's in different situations, right? Everyone's got different things going on. Quite a stretch. You just try to manage it all and make it all work. And my God, is it just exciting times. Just very, very exciting times. Just realising there's a bit of dirt. How's all this dirt built up? I don't even know where it all comes from. It's crazy how much of it comes in here. I think as we're coming in this room a little bit more, switch up leg. We're in this room a bit more, and that's probably what's happening. We're here, and therefore more dirt comes from that. You can see little bits of, I don't want to do any more cleaning. Oh no. Now I'm hoping everyone's having a wonderful start to their day. I think this is a Wednesday session, so that the whole week's been good so far, and that you've got more plans for the rest of the week. And like everyone's sort of telling me as we start to do a bit more face-to-face, hamstring stretch. It's all about trying to sort out Christmas shopping, which sounds depressing, really. After everything we've gone through, it's like Christmas shopping, it's the thing. Just want to get outside in the sunshine. Bugger the Christmas shopping. I'll pick a 2-hour period and I'll just bang out some online orders with stuff that I know people are really keen on and want. And if they come, they come. If they don't, well, bad luck. I'll get it at a later stage. Life will be okay. My goodness. Life will all be okay, as long as you can see each other. I think all the rest of it could be possibly, just whacking it out here, a little secondary. What do you guys think? I know you agree with me. I know you agree. Can't stretch. Let's stretch it all up. Good to loosen up the hips. Everything's feeling good. Now today's session, a bit different. It's been a long time since I've made a balance and stability focus for the session. So not a split between upper and lower or anything. We're talking a balance focus session. So heart rate's going to be right down in this session, but our balance, coordination, and focus needs to be right up there. Switch over sides. And that's simply because there's a whole lot less muscle groups that get used, but we're working the specific ones that are responsible for keeping ourselves upright. Because upright versus falling over, big difference. Big difference. One, you get the carry over no problem. Second one, concerned about any injuries. So let's avoid that, and that's where these types of sessions really play their role in here. So good calf stretch, table top, as always, good footwear, a good space to work with. Nice sturdy chair, all this stuff makes a difference. Good, shake it up, loosen it up. Oh yeah, it feels quite nice just to shake it all around. Oh yes. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bit of water. I've got my trusty drink bottle this time. Nope. If you actually don't open it up, you won't get anything. That could be a good problem. So let's start off by sitting down and just getting some extra ankle mobility. So you can see what I'm doing, just nothing casual through the top half of my body, just getting ankle mobility. This rotation ankle mobility just gonna spend a couple of minutes, just getting this all prepped up there. So you can see I'm just doing some nice little circular movements with my ankles. You can reverse them around. You'll find all coordination, so when you do something one way, you want to make sure you can do it the other way. You may notice you have a favoured side that you prefer to lean on or to rotate to, all that type of stuff. The key is these types of sessions give us the ability to explore it. Then you can play some fun, so these are circling onto each other, they're circling away from each other, then you've got one circling in, one circling out. That's that one. I had to really think about it, and then reverse that around. All just different ankle mobility things there. You'll find different muscle groups, so your anterior tib, which is have your shin may fire up a little bit. For those that are feeling that, feet a little bit further away from my body, so that would be underneath, out in front, internal rotation, and you can just use your palm and actually give that a good rub down. That can feel quite nice. Some people prefer to sit just a little bit more over it. Just giving that a good rub down through there. Oh yeah, sometimes they just need a little bit of extra time, attention, love, all that stuff. Oh yeah. Wonderful, are we ready? I hear you say yes. So really nice and simple, just some light marches. Flat foot striking on the floor. What this does just gets us a bit used to impact, so I'm going to throw a teeny bit of impact, nothing too crazy. For today's one, again, you'll notice heart rate is going to be quite low. This isn't a session where we jam our heart rate up. It's more about our ability to stabilise ourselves. The chair will prevalently or will play an important role depending on how good your balance is. More balance you've got, less chair, less balance, more chair. So we get to play with that. It's nice and easy. Good, I talk about just shaking out there. See, this is me just shaking my legs out. Feels nice to just loosen up there. We're talking about the ankle rolls, you just let it all flop around. Just feels nice to shake it all out. So that's feeling all good. All right, so nice and easy. We've got double leg calf raise. If you need to use that chair, you can use that chair, pushing off both toes. Nice and simple. We know the deal. Good, if you want to make it a teeny bit harder, notice this one here, my heels drop down. If I want to make it a little bit harder, I don't let the heels drop down. Naturally, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do, but nothing we can't handle. No problem. Awesome. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sure. Good. So calves should be just fired up a little bit there. So that should be feeling quite good. Now, just nice and easy. A little bit of lateral work. So you can see I'm just bringing my knees up a little bit. Nice and easy, nothing too fast. Taking my time, just moving laterally. Notice there's no impact. If I was creating some impact, you'd hear a little bit more of an end sound. I'm just taking my time, just making sure the side of my hips are all feeling good. All this type of stuff, these muscle groups are all involved in this stability. Glute med, run along the side, just help stabilize that hip, especially in a standing position. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin our balance session. Alright, chair off to the side. Stand on one leg, just swing the leg forward. Notice you're going to have a bit of space here. Good, I'm okay for space. Good, if you need to use that chair, use that chair. What I prefer to do is full grip, pincer, no grip. So you choose your preference, but what I prefer to do is look straight ahead. And if I can get my arms moving in this, that will help. So I'm looking just past the camera, getting everything moving. So swinging forward. Notice I'm on one leg to swing forward, right? It's tough as this leg transitions forward and backwards. The opposite side's always just trying to find its stability point. Good. 2, 1. Switch sides. Good. You definitely don't need to switch the chair over. I just generally like whichever leg I'm swinging. You can see it's between my hands and stuff, so it's more centered in between my stable leg and then the chair. Good. Try to keep yourself nice and stable again. Look at one spot. It's my suggestion. Good. Working that swing. So we're on one foot here. The ankle's just working, so my right ankle's working hard to stabilize. I can feel my foot in my shoe just find its point, hence why it's important to have good footwear on. So no training in slippers, absolutely no training in thongs or shoes that aren't closed up and that aren't offering the proper support. Doesn't help anyone in that situation there. You want to get some good supported shoes to help your ankles just deal with the load. 3, 2, 1. Sure, so not too bad through there. Now we've got some lateral ones there. I'm just going to put, for the visual perspective here, I'm just going to put the chair behind just so you can see me swing my legs in and out. There we go, so I don't kick the wall too much. Good, just moving it in and out there. I'll show it on the lateral side. Again with the chair, full grip, pincer grip, or no grip. You choose. Just push that down the side. Good, you can see I'm up nice and tall, moving my legs to the side. So now my right glute med, my ankles, everything's just stabilizing and working hard. Good, switch over legs. I'm staying with my right one, swing my left leg. This is not my strong stable point for my leg position. I'm just gonna switch over. Big tip here is just, again, I'm looking straight at the camera for here, just finding your spot. As always, chair, full grip, pincer grip, no, or no grip. I'm not good once I start moving my heads around. It gets a bit tricky there, trying to keep that spot. 3, 2, 1, good, check it out. Check it out. So you may notice just all those muscle groups around your ankles and calves get a little bit more fatigued. Super, super normal. All right. So on one leg, we do a 3-point touch. Touch out in front, touch to the side, touch behind. Front, out to the side, behind. Front, out to the side, behind. Notice that when I'm touching behind and in front, it's identically, if there was a line, and in this case, yeah, how cool is this? I've got floorboards I can use. So, touch the floorboard that my foot's on, out to the side, touch that same floorboard. Front, out to the side, you can work yourself back through it there. Good. This leg, I'm slightly bent, so I'm taking tension. We call it a 3-point touch. Nice and easy variation to it. Good, I'm really working VMO, so I'm working inner part of my thigh, make sure that's stabilizing. As always, my ankles. Now, if I want to make it a teeny bit harder now, absolutely, if you need the chair, ta-da, we've got the chair. Problem is when we do the chair, we lose all this great stability through this. So if you do pincer or no grip, please do so, that'd be really important. Lovely. Now if you want to make it a teeny bit harder, because when you touch it, you've got a point. You know, you could have very little stability and you could use that leg and you really lose the magic of the exercise because the key is to weight distribute over top. But if you don't touch the floor, now we're getting a bit more interesting here. This is where it's all about hip stability. So take your time, have a play with it. Let's switch legs. You find your spot. Have a play. Good. At any stage there, if you feel like you need to get that foot down, do so. Right? But just play with that spot. Good. As always, 3 points. In front, out to the side, and behind. Good. And then the final level is to actually do like a bit of a semicircle, so that's really important. So you can see I'm just swinging the leg out and around. So instead of thinking about 3 points like a triangle, working around, you're thinking a semicircle. Good, and just the key is that good, strong, I'm stable. Everything's over this one leg, all these muscle groups are holding their position while I play with it. And yeah, your foot may be going crazy. You're trying to find that stability point. That's all normal. At any stage, you can have a rest, shake it out, all normal. You may even find you just want to walk just to loosen it all up. Super, super normal. Take a seat. Calf raise. Seated calf raise. Push off your toes. Then push down really hard with your arms. We're going to just extend this part of the workout just a little bit longer because I'd spend a couple of more minutes just prepping everyone's ankle up there. Stuff's important. It seems so small, but it is just so critical. You get that little bit of extra prepping. Good. Let's work with this team. Excellent. Drive strong with the legs. Awesome. Push off toes. Bring yourselves up nice and high. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Notice this one lasts a long time. Good, 2, 1. Yes, okay. Now here's the last little part here. If you feel comfortable, give it a go. You've got pushing off your toes and see if you can hold yourself at this point. Now, full grip, pincer grip, no grip. I'm up on my toe. Right? You have less surface area on the floor. It is hard. Up, up. It is not easy. I turn and face you. Straight ahead. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Again, you've got the options of hold on to everything there. Much, much tougher. We're going to have a rest period. Alright. Stay. Hands out to the side. Increase stability. Or if you really want to make it hard, hands up nice and high. You have the option. Good. I'm looking right past this camera. As I know me, it's not my strongest stability point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you rest. Whew. A lot harder than it looks. Enjoy some water, shake it out. You'll find active recovery is absolutely the key here, team. Moving around, I ain't touching no tea. I've already had 3 cups. And it's over 9 o'clock, so I had 3 cups of tea today. Close it again. Yes, walk around, shake it out. Hey, legs appreciate. We'll need to spend a bit of time and just loosen it all up. Yeah, hope everyone's enjoying this type of session. It's a little bit different. And everyone comes here for different reasons. And yes, you know, strength training has its part. Yes, cardiovascular training has its part. But I tend to find, and this is just me a bit personally, that we tend to neglect the stuff that isn't as exciting. This stuff doesn't look as exciting. Same thing with stretching and warming up. It doesn't look as exciting. But that doesn't mean it's not important. That doesn't mean it's not critical. That doesn't mean that, hey, if we could prevent ourselves from falling over, that is a good thing every time. So it's just acknowledging where it has its space in amongst general training. Are we ready to continue? I hear you say yes. Let's do this. Now, stand on one foot, a little bit of external rotation, and just see how well you go. So that's external rotation. Drop the foot down. That's neutral, so stand on one foot. Drop the foot down. As always, you need the chair in front. Double hand, pincer grip, no grip. Internal rotation. And hold. Internal rotation is weird because you've got to actually straighten yourself up while you've got your leg facing inwards. It feels real weird. Try it again. External rotation. Good. You'll notice your knee will point out in that direction, but you open your hip up. So you can see it does. It looks very odd. That would be me standing with both legs. Effectively, I'll just pick one leg up. Good. Neutral. And internal. Internal feels really weird on the hip. It's a different movement pattern there. Good. One more time. External. And a good way to do this too, I forgot to make this as a cue marker. For your external, if you actually make a V position with your legs, and then just transfer. Notice I'm going to transfer my load to the left-hand side, lift up my right leg. That's a really good way of getting into that position. 2, 1. Straighten it up. Yeah. Hey, we're getting some rhythm here. 2, 1. Internal rotation. Good. Turn the hips around. Face straight ahead. Haha. So left hip, I'm good. Rest. But we know what I do in my right hip. So external rotation. Find that V position. Lovely. Transfer the load. Lift up. External rotation's good. We're okay. Straight ahead. Yeah. Not so good. It's good. We're all strong. Weak in different spots. It's all good. Rest. Internal rotation. So go the internal rotation. Rotate the hips around. It's probably a bit too much internal rotation. Yep. Stay. Stay. There we go. Okay. Much tougher to work with. 2, 1. Rest up. External rotation again. Find that position. Good. Side drop. Transfer the load onto it. Remove the leg. Good. Again, chair. Full grip, pincer, no grip. You choosing. You choose this resistance and the degree of difficulty. When I say resistance too, there I can bring myself down a lot lower and that makes it harder for my legs. I can also change it up by bringing that leg up. So if I go internal rotation, straighten my hip, and then bring this leg up, I've effectively made that much harder. So all these other parameters, I suggest subtle bend in legs, sit yourself really upright. We don't need to make that a whole lot difficult to begin with, but it's just good to know how to make those things a little bit tougher. Rest. So I find internal rotation, I try to claw with my toes because I don't have the great ankle stability and hip stability. Everyone does different things. Just shake it out. We've got 5 minutes left here, team. Shake it all out. Again, like I said, very different type of training session. It's good. They all play their purpose. Everything has its purpose. In fact, I like variety. Spice of life, as they call it. It's good. It's good, it's helpful, it's all wonderful stuff. So we're just going to do a teeny bit of hamstring work. So that's driving heels up towards your bum. And you'll see in a second why. That's because we're going to be getting into modified deadlifting positions. So squatting positions is where we've been pretty much the whole time, which is the subtle bend in knees, but we're still very torso upright. Deadlifting is about falling over the top a bit more. And by doing that, we're going to load our hamstring a bit more. So this is a bit more of a hamstring prepping thing. Heels to bum, we know that deal. You probably remember it from the other program cards, we're about that shift inside the side, all normal stuff. Get the heel to the bum. 5 seconds. 4, 3, it really echoes in here. 2, must be so loud for you guys. 1, and plus you're in the Bluetooth piece, for the rest, you'd be hearing everything. Okay, so deadlift position. All right, both legs. I'm gonna shift a little bit away to my left leg, I'll show it straight on. Good, lift that leg up a little bit, subtle bend through that knee. And what I want to do is feel like I've just pushed my hip back a little bit. Just a little. So it looks like I'm looking forward. Now sure, if you've got something here, your chair, your full grip, your pincer grip, no grip, all that type of stuff. Good, stand up tall. Change the legs over. So now I'm going to show with my right leg. Subtle bending leg. Push it back, lean forward. You can tell, clearly I'm coming forward. Hold the position. Good, squeeze bum, thrust forward, reset. I'll show that again, left leg. Slight drop of legs, transfer weight into that left leg. You need the chair in front, please do so. Bum comes back, you lean. Can you tell, like, top half of my body's come forward? I've really had to use my hamstring a lot more here. When I finish the exercise, notice I thrust my pelvis forward. I'm going to use my hands to show that movement. That's a thrust of pelvis. So when you're here, you thrust your pelvis, and then you finish the exercise. What you don't want to do is try to roll yourself up there. It's just not the correct way of doing it. You've got strong glute muscle groups. Use those glute muscle groups. Again, right leg. Bum goes back, lean yourself forward. You can see that's very different to all that other exercise, which is very upright. So bring yourself forward. That's what it looks like. You can see from all different angles there. Good. Okay. I can swivel. All my years of playing basketball, right? It's all pivoting. That's all basketball is, just a whole bunch of pivoting work. All right, 2, 1. All right, this is great team. Now, on our toes, we're coming to the end. By being on my toes and walking on my toes, I effectively have less surface area on the floor. Now, doing it in a wide stance position does not impact my stability at all. Just transferring load side to side, you just have less surface area, which means the muscle groups in your ankle are just having to work a little bit harder. Not too difficult, you're more than capable of that. But if that is where you want to finish your session off, please continue doing that. I'm going to show a slightly harder variation, which is, we're up on our toes, picture a line on the floor, and I can use one of these beams, and you're just trying to actually walk a little bit along it on my toes. If you need to bring a chair with you, please give it a bit of a go, but I'm just walking along a line while I'm on my toes. Now, you can see, it's a bit different, I'm sort of dragging that along with me. If I didn't need it, that's what it's looking like. Notice I'm looking down at it, because I need to keep my concentration. If I look straight up, it's not that I'm unable to do it, but that is a little bit tougher. I lose that visual, that real strong visual. I've got peripheral visual, but I lose that strong visual. So some people like to look straight down, some people like a 45-degree look, and then mine 45-degree, if I'm totally honest, I really want to face it and see where I'm going with it there. Good, just different ways of playing with it. Hey team, we're done. That's what this is all all about. A very different type of session. Shake your legs out, get some water into you. We're going to do some stretching. It's exactly what this is all about. Oh yeah. Nice to have some play arounds too. Gotta keep close to this. And you'll notice too, the session has a different energy level. Not as pumpy, just concentrating, right? Thinking a little bit about where your position is, where your balance is feeling. Good. Take a step seat and a little bit different cool down with just ankle rotation. Really, really important. Just to get all this moving. Body feels quite good. After doing balance type sessions, everything feels lubed up and moving quite well through the hips. But what tends to happen is ankle structures and calves just tend to feel a little bit more loaded, a bit more uncomfortable. So just getting some good rotation. And that internal rotation, giving it a good massage. All this stuff plays and helps out. Oh yeah, that actually feels quite nice. 2, 1. Good, let's get into our glute stretch. Hi team, I hope you enjoyed that. Something not so much different. It's been a while since we've put that type of program card in. It could be 20, 30 sessions ago. Where I've had a full dense one. I've definitely had a bit of a play with it. It's probably 10 or 15 sessions ago there where we dabbled a little bit with some balance and stability and throw that in there. But just a full one, a little bit different. I like changing it up for everyone. Switch over. And like I said in the previous one, and if you didn't watch the previous one then I'll just go over it again. I am not confident that I will see the group this year, simply because the centre that we normally run the chair exercise group, specifically to the chair exercise group, the social support one, I've still got a couple more phone calls to make and touch base, but the chair exercise specific group, I believe that the centre that we normally run it in, Mackenzie Street there, is being used as a COVID testing site, so that's just not going to happen. Quad stretch, unfortunate, but it is what it is. So again, I'll keep reaching out to Darren, and once I get confirmation, I can let everyone know that yes, I'll make sure I'll do all those videos through it. That's what I've proposed. That I'll continue to create videos even when I'm not around, so people, whether they come down or not, still have the ability to see the content. Then we see where we go with that. So we're over. Oh yeah, that's feeling nice. You can see the wall's got a couple of bits of warps in it. We've done the best we can. The warpy wall. Oh, that feels quite nice, and you may notice your quads just feel a little bit extra loaded, just before that balance work. Super normal. Good hamstring stretch. Good, shake the hips out. Loosen them up. Oh yeah. Just good to shake it out there, and I can tell just how much tighter my legs have been, just so much more standing than usual. And that's definitely made everything a bit tighter. Come forward, give it a good shake. And there's a couple of different positions. You can sit sort of really torso upright, lean forward to it, or you can just let yourself sort of flop and have a bit of a play with it. You find what works best for you there. I like sometimes having a combination of them. And this chair's actually really good. I can really bring my chest up tall, grab hold of it, and lean into it there. This is actually a really nice opportunity to get a hamstring stretch it. Wiggle your hips around. Find that stuff. You're going to find some crazy tight stuff. I noticed a fair bit in the belly, then right along the glute. All normal, depends on what you've been doing. Calf stretch, been moving lots and bending over and plenty of gardening. Yeah, you're going to probably notice some high up on the hamstring. All normal stuff. I'm trying to think of anything else news for you guys, but everything's all really the same. Switch over legs, we go for a nice dinner on the weekend, whatever it will be. I think we'll get a bit of extra rain this weekend. It's okay, garden's looking good. Tending to most things in the garden. I can't say I tend to everything. We planted a new passion fruit vine. So there was apparently a passion fruit vine when we first moved into the house, kind of stretch, 6 years ago. Yeah, it was absolutely dead. It was not tended to. Yeah, he told us, I had my passion fruit vine when we, after moving into the house for 2 months. I'm like, oh mate, there ain't no passion fruit vine in this backyard there. And he's like, yeah, it's over next to the wooden fire pizza. I'm like, you're talking about the dead thing there, right? Like that's not living. There's no leaves on that either. I don't know what happened to it. But so we've decided to put one back in, and yeah, we'll see how she grows there. It seems like it's in a decent spot. It's not getting enough sun at the moment, but as it grows up a bit higher, we've got a spot for it where it's going to get plenty of sun. And yeah, we'll see how she goes. We'll see how she goes. Thank you very much, everyone. Good to stretch everything up. Have yourselves a wonderful week. And bye for now. See you next time.